Hello. Hi, everyone. Please confirm if you can hear me and see me. Oh my God, what is this? I know, Adam. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. Hello. Let me remove this banner because we are getting started now. Hi. Long time. I know. Okay. Hi everyone. Hello. We're gonna wait for more people to trickle down, and then we'll probably get started in like a few minutes. Um, but let's just wait for more people to come in. In the meantime, I'm going to get my stuff ready. So I'm gonna open up. Where's my mouse? Oh, okay. Okay. Sheets not new. Oh no. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So I'm going to put this on the side right here and expand it. And then I'm going to share this screen. So, wow, that's really cool. That's very cool. How are you liking it? Or how did you like the process of learning it? Okay, so add to stream. Okay, so we're gonna do is so hopefully that helps. Okay, I think that does help. Whoa. Okay, so all right. Okay, so Adam's saying, oh my god, my mouse is like not cooperating today. I do not know what's going on. You said I had a not good lecture. I hated it for the first few months. Oh no, that sucks. Well, I'm glad that you took the plunge though. That's really terrible that your lecture was not very good. Okay, all right. So can everybody confirm for me that you can see my screen, you can hear me, and you can also see me? So you can hear me, you can see my screen where it says referral API planning, and you can hear me like crystal clear. Like the words are coming out of my mouth and they're going straight into your ears. Okay, cool. Sounds good. So I think the first thing I want to kind of make sure I verify is I let you all know about the check-in link. So I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to put it inside of here. So check in here. Cool. So make sure you check in. I'm going to give people like maybe 1 minute to check in. So let's do a timer 1 minute. And so that if you haven't done it already, you can go ahead and do that. So you can be able to get, points for being here as part of Global Hack Week's December. Okay. Coolio. So let's stop that since our timer is done and close that. And then we can go ahead and get started. So by now you should have checked in. You know why we are here. We're working on building an API with Java. And so the first thing I want to kind of just get some I guess ideas or gauge from you all is, has anybody here ever built their own API? And have you ever used somebody else's API? So like Twitter's API, who else has an API? Like Facebook has an API. YouTube has its own API. Google Maps has an API. So I'm curious to hear from you all. One, just put in the chat or just type it, whatever. But I want to hear, one, if any of you have ever built your own API, and if you ever use somebody else's API. So I can start first. I have definitely used somebody else's API. I've used Twitter's API before, back when it was free, right? Before they did the new change for the tokens and stuff. I have used YouTube's API as well. And I've used Google Maps' API. I've also used Eventbrite's API to get stuff from there. And then in terms of building APIs, I've built APIs because I'm a software engineer and I do that for work. I do that for my free time. And so that's something I'm very familiar with. I specifically work with APIs. So now I'm seeing responses in the chat. So there are people saying meme-api.com-give me. Oh, you can't see this tab. Let's see. Let's go and look at that. meme-api.com-gimme. Let's see. Oh, so it gives you a Reddit post link. Oh, I see. So it's like a preview of I'm sorry, Siri keeps being activated. So hopefully you can hear me. But wait, let me go to this. Where is this? Reddit.com/comments. Oh, so it's like the dank memes subreddit. I see. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Let's see. This person says, I can't build any APIs, but I use APIs. Okay, cool. That counts. You're gonna learn today. I've definitely used APIs before, especially the Google Maps one, but I've never built one. Well, welcome. Let me go back to this. Somebody said they use Squarespace and Twitter API. I didn't know Squarespace had an API. Wait, I wonder what you can use it to get. Let me see. Oh, for commerce. So if you sell stuff, inventory, orders, product, profiles. Wow, interesting. Huh, I didn't know that. Okay. And then Google Maps, Trading Points API. I've never heard of Trading Points, but I've definitely heard of Google Maps API. I totally didn't use Meme API for my Android dev assignment at uni. That's funny. Built an API today using Fast API. I'm very familiar with Fast API, actually. Let me see. I didn't know it was still around. Oh, fun fact. Also, I keep looking this way because my monitor is right here. Fun fact, Fast API was like one of the what is it called? The like companies that you could work with as an MLH fellow, like in the very first iteration of it. And I'm pretty sure that my cohort had somebody who worked on Fast API. Twitter API is pretty cool. Never built my own, but I've used. Oh, Discord API is very popular. Oh, it's so popular. People love the Discord API. Oh, Twilio API, of course. I forgot to mention that I actually have definitely used Twilio API a lot. There's a whole repo of public APIs to have fun with. Exactly, there are. And this person's agreeing about using Discord as well. So it sounds like for the most part, everybody that's here, that's watching this and is participating, is familiar with APIs in some way. But if you are not, let me just give you like a little brief, like just quick background. The idea of an API is that it's supposed to be a layer that sits up like under your database that allows you to access information. Instead of having to make like database calls to like somebody's database, you basically, which is where the information is stored, right? With the API, you're able to access that information as long as you have authorization, right? So, for example, if you think about like even like Twitter's API, or even like let's go back to Squarespace, like the person had who said they use Squarespace's API. If we go back to Squarespace's API, you see how they have keys right here? That is how you let it know that you are authorized to use it, right? So, like, you see how they talk about developer API keys and generating the keys. Once you do that, you can basically add it to your API request. And so, this is something we're going to talk about probably in the second part when we're talking about testing. But that's something that you, as a person that's building an API, you can incorporate, right? That, like, there's authentication, that if somebody doesn't have certain keys, they can't access your API and get data from, which makes sense, right? Because like you want to make sure that the data that you're collecting and you have is protected and is like restricted to certain people. So yeah, that's the basic idea, is that these APIs are sitting on top of a database and they're giving you access to certain things that you probably want, because you don't want to give everybody access to your database, right? But also it works on the flip side too internally, right? If you are a business and you do something, you having those APIs helps with your different teams, because then they can make calls to different places to get access to certain data, right? So like, for example, if you have a team that does X and a team that does Y, and they both have their own APIs, if there's ever something that X needs from Y, they can just make calls to that API, right? And that's going to get them the data instead of having to make like calls to the database. Because if you think about it, it's probably more expensive, like time wise, more expensive, like computer, like machinery wise too, to have to make direct calls to the database and like to be maintaining it, when you could just make a call to an API and it's already like possible to get what you want. So, with that being said, my goal with this two-part series is, one, to go over ideation. So, like planning what you want to build, kind of thinking through the skills that you would need to be able to bring your API to life, but also like have a vision for your API. We're going to work on building the actual API itself. And so that building has like three different components, right? So there's like the API layer, there's the database layer, and then if we want to have clients, which I'm going to put as optional. Oh, this part's going to be clients, and I'm going to make this optional. And so that's going to be the building part, right? And then testing, which we're going to be using some tools that you all maybe might have heard about, like Postman. We're going to be doing some like authorization work. And we're going to be thinking through like giving people like access, which is basically the same thing. So cool. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. And that's how we're going to wrap it up. Because this session is 2 hours and the part 2 is also 2 hours, I'm going to try to make sure we get through all of it in like both parts. So if you have any questions at all, if you feel like I'm going too fast, that's probably why. And 2, just let me know. Just be like, hey, I missed that part. Like that doesn't make sense to me. So with that being said, let's start with ideation. So I want to let you all know I've already come up with an idea because I'd been thinking about this and it was kind of probably just helpful to have that. If you feel like you don't like this idea and you want like your own idea, or you already have something in your brain, feel free to go ahead with what we're doing to plan it. I'm going to be giving you a framework to use to think through like your API. One thing I also want to say is that like if you feel like we're spending too much time ideating and coming up with this like process of what this API is going to look like, don't feel that way, because I feel like in the real world when you're writing code, it's so much easier and faster when you know like what you want to do and you know how it's going to look like, right? When you have like a framework and like a specific plan for yourself. Another thing I also wanted to call out is that we're going to be using Java in this session. So if you're not familiar with Java, I don't know what to tell you, but this could be good because then this could be you like picking up the skill, right? And you can like add it to your resume or something like that. So before we get into ideation, does anybody have any questions at all about anything that I have mentioned about APIs, about our plan for today or for the session, about how we're going to tackle it, etc. I see one question where somebody says, when is, I hate when this happens. I wonder if you can somebody let me know, like just for the past like 2 seconds or like 3 seconds, could you hear me while Siri was talking? Like, was there like a break where it was like, oh, you could see my mouth moving, but you couldn't hear me? Because this is really annoying. Like Siri is pissing me off. Okay, somebody asks, when is part 2? So part 2 is going to be on Thursday. Oh my God. I don't know why that happened. It's on Thursday at, I'm pretty sure, 7 p.m. PT, but let me just quickly verify. Oh, 8 p.m. PT. That's when it is. So 8 p.m. PT, 9:30 a.m. IST, GMT 4 a.m., which is kind of crazy, and 9:30 a.m. ET. Oh my God. Siri pissed me off. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, that's when part 2 is. Do you always write a plan out like this when you want to program a personal project? I didn't used to in the past, but then when I became an engineer, like full time, like that's how I pay my rent and like that's my job. Yes, I became like that because it's so much easier and you get work done faster and just it's easier to think clearly when you have things like in a plan. Like I promise you, it's so much easier. Any tools we should start downloading right now? Thank you for bringing that up. I think what we're gonna do is, let me just do a placeholder. Tools we'll need. We're gonna add that to the brainstorming session. So we'll come back to that in a second. Let me make this bigger because I feel like you probably can't see it very well. Okay, hopefully that's clear. Okay, so there was no break. I could always hear you. Okay, cool. All right. Guess I won't be seeing you at part 2 then. Yeah, no, 4 a.m. is crazy. Is it me or the video just go off? Gasp. Oh, I don't know. Is it because I went to another tab? Okay, watch. I'm opening a new tab. Did the video go off again? I'm coming back. Is the video back? It looks like it might just be you, Shyla. It looks like it might just be you. Okay, so let's also make because I feel like I kind of talk a little bit too much. So let me make a quick, let me put timestamps. So if we go over like this ideation, building, testing, like making a plan for ourselves, let's say we wanted to end at, let's say we want to spend like 20 minutes on it. So 5:42. So 5:42 p.m. we need to stop. Okay, cool. So we're going to finish all of this in 20 minutes. So let's go over and let's talk about our ideation. Oh, okay. So, like I said earlier, I already have a plan and I know what I want to build. If you are really dead set on what you want to build, you can go ahead and like just follow the same framework. That's absolutely fine. but I already know what I want to build. And what I want to build is a referral API. So I feel like I've talked about this probably sometime last year, maybe earlier in the year, because I saw somebody post about it on LinkedIn. But basically, what they had is that they had this website where you could go and you could like add or keep track of referrals that people are asking you for. So, for example, the idea is simple, right? It's that like as a user or like as an engineer or an employee of X company, right? I already have, like, I create a profile on this app. Or like I create a profile on this service, just like I have like a name, I have all these, like I exist as a user on this thing, right? And I can share one of the things that I have in this profile. I create a profile of the service and it gives me like a link, right? So it has it gives me a personalized link. And then I can share that link with anybody who wants a referral from the company that I work on. So I can share that link with anyone who wants a referral at the company I work for. And so when they click on that link, what happens is that they can upload their resume, say how they met me or how they know me, maybe like personal information, and then like, you know, a notes or something. And so when they click on submit, it's going to show up on my like personal like referrals I have to give. So when they click submit, it'll show up on my list of referrals. So it's a very simple idea. Oh, and another thing too that I saw that was really cool in it was that you can like have check boxes, so you can change the status. I, as a user, can change the status of the referral. So if it's already done, etc. So that's the idea. That's the very basic idea of it, that like this is a thing that we can do. And you can imagine, right, that like if you think of clients that are going to use this API, a website can probably use it, right? They can make API calls to like get like Adam's profile or like Sheila's profile. And you can like see somebody's profile and see like how many referrals they have to submit. Or on the other way, if you want to get like a person's link, you can like look at that as well. So it's like there's really, I feel like it's a very buildable idea that you can use to go different places. So that's the basic idea of what we're going to be building during this 2-part series. So with that being said, I think that now that we kind of know what we want to do and you can follow along for your own API that you're building, is we need to think about like input, output, or input, action, and output, right? Like how do we want to build or like have the model for this? So let's do input, action, output. And feel free, so now that you all know exactly what it's supposed to be like, right? If you want to put in the chat to help me and you think of something that I haven't put down for like input, action, output, let me know. So let's start with input, right? So like what are some things that this specific API would need to have access to, right? So we would need like the entire like referee. Is it referee or referrer? Referee. There we go. So referee, the person that you're referring. We have the referrer. That's such a hard thing to say. But we have the referee, right? So we're going to need their personal. We're going to need their name for sure, because you can't provide a referral for somebody without knowing their name. So we're going to need their name. We're going to need their email. We're going to need their resume. We're going to need notes. for referrer. Yeah. And then if I miss anything, let me know what you think, like a refer, like if I'm asking somebody to refer me, what do you think is most important for them to know from me? On the referrer side, what do we think is most important for them to know? So as a referrer, I need to know where they work, right? So like name, yeah, email, but I also need to know like where are they employed? So like employer. We also need to know what else do we need to know about a referrer? We need to know their list of referrals or referees, right? We need to know what else do we need to know about somebody who's submitting referrals? We need to know their name, email, employer. We need to know their link, right? So like their link for referrals. So like the personalized link that they have that they use to give other people. Okay. We also probably need to know like the status of referrals. Cool. Okay. So now that we have the input, now we need to think about like action, right? Based on what we know, what could we possibly need to do with this information? So the first thing we need to actually do is we need to, let's maybe start with referee first. So the person that's referring, we need to verify that, you know, the link that they give us. So the link, the personalized exists. We need to, oh my God, I swear I'm gonna, I really don't like Siri. It's really annoying. Oh my God. I wasn't trying to call you. I hate Siri. I really hate it. Okay. Anyway, we want to verify that the personalized link exists, right? What else do we need? Do we need in terms of actions for the referee? We need to. You could turn off Hey Siri. Okay, let's do it. Hey Siri, can you turn off Hey Siri? Did you hear that? Did you hear what it said? How she said, I'm afraid I can't do that? Or was it just me that it's probably only me that I can hear it, right? Because it's just my ears. Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Anyway, okay, so we're doing a brain dump. We're doing like action. What are the possible things that this service needs to do after it's taking this information? It needs to verify the personalized link exists. And then it needs to probably just literally write to our database, right? So write to our database that, you know, the information they submit. And then for the referrer, what we need to do is we need to update list of referrals. We need to update list of referrals. What else could you possibly need to do? Oh, generate a link. A link for them that is personalized, right? We need to allow them to be able to change the status of a referral. Yeah, okay. Anything else anybody can think of in terms of action, like things that we need to be able to do, like literally on the service side, for this to like be a good experience for both referrals and referees. My HomePod started going on about how if Hey Siri was turned off, I would have to press the button. Oh my God, I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have said it. I'm a little bit pissed. Now we have to redact that word. If you want to say, you have to say like, hey, Adam or something. Okay, well, doesn't seem like anybody has anything to add. So let's go ahead and talk about output. So we have this information. In terms of output, for the most part, it's really just like maybe like confirming, like a confirmation path or something that shows that it added successfully. Okay, so now in terms of tools that we're going to need, let's also come up with brainstorming that. So we're going to need some sort of code editor. We're going to need some sort of Java version installed. We're going to need Postman likely so we can test this, but you don't need to install it because you can just do like web, like literally Postman web. What else could you possibly need? That's it. Yeah, that's literally it. You need a code editor, you have Java, and you have Postman to test your requests. I really think that's it. I think so. So for the person who asked, where was that? The person said, what tools do we need to download? So for the person who said this, as long as you have a code editor, you have some sort of Java version installed on your computer, and you can access the web with Postman, you're Gucci. You're ready to go. You are ready to go. Oh my God, this mouse is really pissing me off. It's pissing me off. It's pissing me off. Of course. Okay. Oh my God, what did I do? So another thing that I'm going to add here, and I feel like whatever code editor you use will probably help us with that. And this is going to be like probably optional in terms of like, if we get to it, we'll probably be able to, is we need to have some sort of database, right? So like some sort of database that is storing this info. We haven't decided yet what database that's going to be because I don't know if we're going to get to it at the end of it, but we will have that as a list. But this is going to be like optional. Okay, so we had told ourselves that at 5:42 p.m. we should be done ideating. So we're way ahead of schedule. Love that for us. So now let's dive into like what this could possibly look like in terms of a fully fledged API. But before we do that, I want to see if anybody has any questions at all. Is there a specific Java version needed for this project? Java 8 plus. Let me make a note of that. Just Java 8 plus. Doesn't matter which one. Why are databases so frequent in the dev world? Probably because you need to store the data, right? Like if we can't keep it in memory because if the computer or the server stops, not even, if your code that is being run, if it stops running, it's gone. Like you have told your customers and you have told people that you're going to store this data for them and it's gone. Like because it can't stay in memory in perpetuity. It has to be stored somewhere. And so the idea of the database is that it's a place to hold that information in perpetuity. So it's always going to be there. And especially with things like AWS and like Google Cloud and all of those things, I think having something like that that's always on, right? So like 24 hours, you know that you always like it's never going to be down except for like outages and stuff. It makes it like a no-brainer in this day and age to use those things to store your data. But yeah, they need somewhere to go, local, cloud, or third party. Yep. And that's another idea too, right? With like local, you could store it like in a file, right? You could store it in a file. That's a version of a database in a way, if you think about it. But again, it's not as safe because if the file is gone, it's gone, versus in the cloud. Or gets deleted in a timely manner. Yeah, exactly. Cool. Any other questions that people have about this framework that we use for this project? Before we move on to thinking through how we're going to build this and make it a fully fledged API. Any questions at all? Let me drink some more water. I don't know why I'm very tired right now. Okay. All right. So let's think about this as a fully fledged API, right? So we want to build this. So we want to think about it, right? Oh, somebody has a question. They say, oh my God, I swear. If Hey Siri comes on one more time, I'm going to end this stream. I'm so mad. Okay, I'm not that mad, but it's just really annoying. Can you talk about the Postman tool really quickly? I don't think I have it downloaded. Of course. It's pretty easy. It's just postman.com. Like, I'm pretty sure it's literally postman.com. I'm so confident it is. But let's see. So you can sign in or sign up for free. I already have an account actually, so let me just sign in. Sign in instead. I'm pretty sure. Let me use Google maybe. Yep, it's Google. So I'm signed in, right? It's coming in. And the idea is that you can use it to send a request. So, for example, I don't know if it was you maybe, or if you were here when we are talking about different types of APIs, right? And how like you can send requests to APIs. If that is the basic idea, we need a way to be able to like be able to send that request to test that like it's doing what it's supposed to do, right? So that's what Postman is. Postman is basically just sending requests, and just testing your what is it called? Testing your endpoints and seeing if that works. That's literally it. That's all it is. You could just go and just do like, api.com/endpoint-get whatever. You can do that. Like just do it in the browser. That's fine too. And we'll talk about like, using that way versus using something like Postman. But the good thing about it really sucks. I can't show it to you right now because, I don't have any projects open in Postman right now. But you're going to really understand, I think, when we get to it, because it's like so easy because you see the response, you see the error code. It just makes it so much easier to understand what's happening. And you can even add like authorization keys. Like it's just, Postman's is very easy. It really, like, I truly, truly do like the tool a lot. So, but yeah, it's just on the website. You don't need to download anything. What is the next question? How do we call an API with different stacks? So I need you to rephrase your question for me because I'm a little bit confused. Are you saying like, how do we call an API if it's written in Java and a different language? Or are you saying like, I'm a client and I want access to that data and I have like a website or something and my website is written in JavaScript, but the API is in Java. How do we call that API? Is that what you're saying? Just a little more clarification. Don't make me say it. Don't. Can you try settings? Okay, let's go to preferences. You said, I'm not going to say it out loud. And search. Let's see. Okay, you know what? I just did it. Listen for Hey Siri, gone. Hey Siri. Yeah, she's gone. She's gone. You just saved my life. How do we call an API if it's written in Java and I want to use the API and connect it through React or TypeScript? Well, actually, that's the good thing about APIs, right? For the most part, unless your API was written like maybe 1994 or something like that, it's literally always going to give you JSON data back. It always will. It always will. And JSON data is not a language, right? JSON data is just a format. It's just like, let me see if I can find something on the internet for you. JSON data is just like nested. Like that's JSON data example. Let's see. Do you see how this is? Okay, this looks a little bit too far. Okay, what about like this? Let me know if you can see it better. But do you see how it's basically just a list? Like it's just a list that's like nested. So it's like different, like in that way, if you think about like when you're writing your code in React or TypeScript, how do you parse a list? You go in the list. If there's more things inside of there, you go to the next item. If that also has a list inside of it, you go to the next item. If that has a list inside of it, you go to the next item. And so APIs will always give you data back in JSON format. So you never have to worry about that. You just have to think about how you're passing through a list and parse it that way, if that makes sense. But yeah, no, it doesn't matter what language it's written in. The most important thing is that as long as that API will give you JSON data back, you're good. Oopsie daisy. Should I say it again? Should I say, hey Siri? Okay, I'm gonna say that's the last time I'm gonna say it. That's the last time. Yes, thank you, Goofy, for helping me solve my Hey Siri problem. You are a genius. Yeah, JSON's very, very helpful. So basically, regardless of language, as long as you can make an HTTP request, you can make a call to an API and work with the JSON app. Exactly. And you're authorized to access it. So you have like your API keys and your authorization, you're good. And the data exists in the database, you're absolutely good. All right, yeah, that's exactly it. So with that being said, I'm just checking my phone to see if, okay, coolio. So, okay, I'm not gonna say it. Don't make me say it. Don't make me say it. All right, so let's go ahead and let's talk about how we're actually gonna build out this API. Let's think about what we're gonna need. So when you think about like, let's see, how do we start this? We could do like classes, right? So like classes, and then we could do like paths, maybe. So we have like the refer. That's a type of, so if you're familiar with like object-oriented programming, if you've taken a class like that in school, where they teach you about it in the sense of like, where they teach you about it in the sense of like, you know, a car is, or sorry, a Lexus is a car. So that means a Lexus is an, oh, that was weird. Sheila, I just saw what you were talking about. Where like the screen goes black. I think you weren't making it up. I think you weren't making it up. I don't think you were, because I just saw that happen literally 2 seconds ago. Anyway, but if you think about object-oriented programming when you were like in school and you learn that like a car or a Lexus is a type of car, which means a Lexus is an object, right? But a car is a class, right? And so that's what we're going to kind of think about in terms of like a referrer and a referee. So let's start with like the referrer. Okay. So with the referrer, you think about it as like, that's the class. So the class is called referrer. If we go back to like just a little bit up, let me make this a little bit more like maybe like this. Oop. Okay. Let me know if you still can see it and stuff and it doesn't look too tiny or too large or whatever. But if you're a referrer, right, and you have, I was just stretching. Okay. If you're a referee, right, let's say some fields, right, that you're gonna have would be like your name, right? It would be email, it would be resume, it would be note for refer, which is gonna be like a list, right? Referrer. Oh no, I got it wrong, y'all. Name, email, employer, list of referees, link for referees, which I'm actually thinking we're probably just gonna make it like a code or something, like a, it's gonna be like a hat, like referral.com dash referee dash 0892 or something like that, like a code that is random maybe, or maybe their name. Maybe that could be it actually. Link for referees is just their name. That's going to be tricky because of like if people have multiple names, we can change that later. But maybe that's what it is, like literally just like your name. And then status of referrals. So maybe that's what it is, right? So it's like list of referees. Maybe it could be like a hash map. So it's like a hash map of referees, and the key is the referee, and the value is a list of the information that they sent us, right? Or it could just be a nested list too, whatever. It doesn't matter what the format is. Okay, so that's like, those are the fields that I'm thinking we're probably going to need. Again, if there's anything you think of that you're like, wait, that could be cool to add, let me know. In terms of the referee though, for fields, let's see, what are some things that we're gonna need? We're gonna need their name, we're gonna need their email, we're gonna need their resume, and then we're gonna need their notes, if they have any, right? And then now we need to think about the paths, right? So like, what are the paths that people can go? Oops, I didn't format that well. What are the paths that people can go to if they want access to this data, right? So the first path can be like literally just like dash referrer dash name. And that can be in that path, it will give us, so it'll be like a, so dash referrer dash name. If you go to that, it's gonna be like, oh, sorry, I heard something. I thought somebody was, anyway. If you go to like dash referrer dash name, maybe what it could do is it could give you like all the information about that person maybe. So maybe like their, oh no, if you go to their name, it should give you like a, it should, if you go to that, you need to be like a post. Yeah. So if you post, like post a request. So if you post a request to this path with the following parameters or the following query, it needs to be like the fields, right? It needs to be name, it needs to be email, resume, and it needs to be notes, right? So if you have all of those things, then it should give you, because that's the input, right? If you go there and you post a request to that, so it'd be like, it'd be dash name, and then it'd be like query, you know, equals whatever. If you post that, it should be able to just give you like a confirmation, or like just like a print slash, or I guess let's, okay, let's do it this way. We know this is the input, right? So the input is a post request. The action, what we're going to do when we get that is we're going to write to our database and add all 4 of those to the field called referees, and then return that nested list. That's what we're going to do. That's exactly what we're going to do. And then what's another possible path? So let's say you go to dash referrer dash referee dash, oh sorry, referrer dash referees. That should give you something where it's kind of like not even a, it's a get request. So input would be a get request, and it's just like dash. Oh my God, it happened again. That was scary. How many people were scared? I was. You know that Tyra Banks meme? How many people were scared here? And they're like, I was scared. Okay. Anyway, so you have a GET request. And that GET request, what it's going to do is it's going to say, okay, give me all the referees under this person. So what we're going to do is we're going to just say like action is going to be just like, you know, go to database and give me the nested list of all referees on this person. Okay, so those are some possible paths that if you were like building a website or something and you wanted to get access from this database that we would need. Maybe we could do like like any other paths that people can think of, where like if you were to be using this API and you wanted to get access to somebody's database and you know it's a referee system, what else would you want to be able to have? Oh, it is a Google Doc. Okay, I can share the link. That's not difficult at all. I don't know if I want you all to be able to edit though. So let me probably only people, anyone with the link can view and maybe even comment actually. Copy link, done. Okay, all right. Oh my God. Planning. Okay, I just put that in the chat. So let me know if you see it. And if it works for you. Okay, so like I was saying, of course, yeah. So is there any other possible thing that we would want to need in terms of paths for this API? Let me think. I don't think so. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I feel like that might be it. I think. Okay, well, if we come up with any more, we will add it here. Oh. Can you see that? This is funny. Can I at least type though while they're doing that? Or I can't. Okay, I can at least type. Hopefully this is not annoying for you that are watching this. But if you are, what is happening? Oh, somebody says add address. We don't need somebody's address. Do you think we need? Oh, can you see? Let me make it a little bit bigger. So somebody's saying that for the referee, the person who's referring them, they're saying that we should add the address. Do people agree with that? Do you think that's necessary? If you're submitting a referral for somebody and you're like, hey, you know, I work at LinkedIn. Anybody who needs a referral, I could have sworn that I made it comment only. What happened? Why are you able to edit? I'm a little bit scared. Actually, it doesn't matter. It's fine. But yeah, do you really think that's necessary? I disagree. I don't think it's necessary because you're just acting like, hey, I work at LinkedIn. Can you submit a referral for me? And you don't want to, you know, what's the word called? You don't want to, yeah, you want to like open them up to just your friends. You have a lot, you want to keep track of it. I don't think you need to. Yes, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to reject this. I'm going to say no address. I wonder if Mike's dummy email is on this call or like on here so that they can hear the reason. Does that make sense? Like, so they know why. Why is my computer doing this? Okay. How do you reject? Reject. Okay. The next one, somebody's suggestions, they're saying business address, business email, and business name or type. Not really either. You don't really need to know. Right? Comments appear as edits in Google Doc. That's a bit much in terms of, I agree. If I'm submitting a refer for somebody, I'm trying to like get it into the funnel as soon as possible. I don't care where you live. I don't care what the business address is. We know that I work at this company, and that's all that matters, right? I think they're suggesting, I see. Okay. Got it. I don't think it's needed, but we could. I agree that it's not needed, and I don't think we need to. I really don't think so. Because they likely wouldn't know their name. That's me. Oh, hi, Mike's. Mike's dummy email. Nice to meet you. Yeah, no, dude. I disagree. I don't think we need the business address or business email. So I'm going to reject this one as well. Unless somebody can give me a very convincing, I don't think so. Anything else that people say? No more suggestions. Okay. Well, let's see. Can you scroll down to the second path? Yes. So right now I only have 2 paths that this API can produce. And I feel like we can probably give more, but I can't think of anything else. Like I'm sorry, like I can't think of anything else. So maybe if you have anything, you can go ahead and put it on the document. But I really can't think of anything else that you could possibly need from a database about somebody that would be like helpful for you. I'm not sure. Okay, so can't the second path be incorporated into the first one? Well, technically, right? If you look at it carefully, remember there's get, post, put, update, delete. Yeah, those are the 5 calls. If we have a post request, that's different from a get request, right? Because, the person's going to specify, they're going to say, can you get me refer -name? And if we're posting something to them, and that means like they have to include this in there. But if it's not a post request and it's a get request, then it makes sense that we would give them this information, right? So you gotta, yes, you're absolutely right. Oh, let me highlight your comment. You're absolutely right that we are using the name thing, but technically we're not, right? Or not that we're not. Technically, we are. It's a different type of request. And you just reminded me that I need to include this in here. So it's refer -name -referees. That's the key. Okay. Anybody else have any other suggestions for paths? Like if you were a client, right? Like a website or an app or something, and you were like, oh my God, that API is so cool. What is something that you would want from our API that we don't already have in terms of a okay. All right. So we've talked about how we're going to build it. We've talked about that. For the database layer, we can probably just have, so we talked about the API layer already. Let's talk about the database layer. For the database layer, we can just have like a MySQL thing, right? Which we'll figure out when we're moving, when we're building it. But we could just have like a database that's called like referrer, or maybe like just data maybe, and we write everything to it. Like we literally just put in, but in the column it's like each thing is associated to it. So like a referrer and all their fields, and we're not actually storing anything of referees, right? Because they're belonging to that nested list that has all the information that they've submitted. Maybe something that could be interesting that we need to think about is like the link. Like how do we store somebody's resume? We could ask them for a link for it. Yeah, okay, that could be cool. So like the resume is going to be, let me write that down actually so I don't forget. So like a resume is going to be a link to your resume that is a string. Okay, cool. All right. So, and then this is optional. We'll think about that later. And then this is also going to be something we'll think about when we're done. So I guess we're done. We're done thinking through this and thinking through how this is going to look like and what we're going to build. So let's start by getting ourselves a code editor and kind of thinking through this. Somebody says resume, PDF or doc or Google Drive. Maybe it wouldn't matter to us, right? Maybe it wouldn't matter to us. Maybe it would be like, so like, let's see. Maybe we could say like in the future, validate that it is a valid link. Yeah, that leads to somewhere. And maybe it might not matter, maybe, which platform it is. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's cool. That's a good suggestion. Oh my god, my mouse is pissing me off. Like this mouse is really annoying. Let's see. What is this person saying? So the person said, oh, we already answered that. No path for a referee. Honestly, do you have any ideas for what we could possibly need? Like, because I'm thinking through, right? Like, I'm a client in this API and I'm trying to like get access to this information. What would we want from a referee that we don't already have? Like, does that make sense, Crit? Like, I can't think of anything that we would want about a not a referee, a referee. Right? Am I not thinking about it deeply? I'm not sure. Maybe sounds like you know something that like I don't. Oh, my stream is frozen. Let's go get you some internet. Someone buy Fazia a new mouse. I know. I have a problem. Let me go to the store right now. We're gonna go on a break and I'm gonna run to the Staples store and I'm gonna go buy a new mouse. But no, that's not the problem though. You know the problem with my mouse? Okay, so it says increase. That's not the issue. Let me tell you the issue. Let me explain. This is gonna be tricky because you can't see my computer. So like, I don't know if it's gonna make sense. You see my mouse right now, right? Do you see it? You see it right here. I have two screens. So I have this right here, this one right here. This is my monitor, my super large monitor. And then this right here, this is my, oh, you can't see it. This is my computer, right? So the mouse is gone. My problem that's really annoying is like, you can't like, you see, okay, so do you see this right here? If I move the mouse to like here, for example, do you see how like that's not going to go into the computer? But if I move it up a little bit, it'll go in, like it will disappear. So like my point is, I think I'm probably just not used to where the mouse, does that make sense? Like where the mouse disappears into the computer. I wonder if that made any sense at all. Like if that was even logical. But anyway, so yeah. Live stream buying a new mouse, like we wanted Ryan to live stream. Oh my gosh. Wow. I can't believe it. That was so long ago. Display locations. I don't know what that means. Let's Google it. Display locations. Oh. Oh, that's something else. That is absolutely something else. Display locations mouse. The pointer select when I press the control key. I don't understand. I mean, I can see the pointer. I can like see it. It's like, I forget that like, if you don't do like, if you do it to like right here, it's not going to disappear. But if you move it up just a little bit, it's going to go into it. I don't know what that means. Anyway, let's take a quick break. Let me see. Any other suggestions I'm missing? Doesn't look like it. Let's take a break. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Oh my God. Let's take a quick break. And then I'll be back. Let's see. How many? Let's see. What? It's 6:07. We have until, we have like 50 something more minutes. Okay. So let's take just like a quick 10-minute break. Quick 10 minutes, just 10 minutes. 10-minute break. Let me do like a timer on this. Let's do timer. Let's do 10 minutes timer. And then when I come back, we'll go ahead and we will continue. So let me just, oh my God, no. Okay, let me stop. Let me leave myself from stream. So bye. Alrighty. Okay. So let me drink my water. Yes, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, Zawarudo. Does that mean welcome back? What language is that? Oh, time resumes. I see. Okay, cool. All right. Let's go ahead and let's continue. So before the break, if you all remember, what happened is that we literally went through all of this. We got through our ideas, we got through what tools we're gonna need. We basically just like a what's that word called? A brain dump, basically. And we just wrote everything that we possibly could need. So now we need to get started with coding. That's what we need to do. So you all have caught me at a very great time, like an incredible time. Do you know why? Because I don't think I have any code editors on my computer. Let me check. I do not believe I do. I don't think I have any. Well, because I remember I wiped this computer clean. And as a result, I don't think I saved anything. So you can't see my screen right now because I'm trying to look at if I do have. Yeah, I don't. I do not have any code editor. I don't think. Not even VS Code though. Interesting. Yeah, not even VS Code. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do it. So you're gonna catch me. Oh my god. Not all the responses. Okay, I will react to you after I answer this question. Somebody said, I just got in, can I have access to the doc link? Control, oh, not edit. Copy link. Okay. So we're gonna say planning doc. Okay. So how have I gotten this far? No, I told you I wiped my computer clean. I wiped it clean because IntelliJ was being really annoying, and I think I was using the community version or something like that. It was just really being annoying, so I wiped it off. And I think that was the semester where I was taking like compilers classes. So like I just needed Vim. Like I was happy to write with Vim, and so it was very easy. But if we're going to be working with APIs and importing libraries, you can't do that with Vim. Not that I know of, at least. So no, you're right. I can try GitHub Codespace write in browser, but can you write code in? Let me see. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, if I don't have to download anything, I might be happy. So Indigo, be careful what you just told me. Because if it's pricing, so it's not free. Wait a minute, now I'm confused. Okay, let's go to GitHub. Maybe get started for free. Okay. Sign in. Okay, let's get the code. 24. Oh, sorry, let me not say it. Actually, it doesn't even matter because you can see it. Hopefully nobody takes my code before me. That was not very safe. Okay, what is this? Learn core cons. Your instant explore quick start link. Start with a. What if I don't want to use that? What if I want to use a different template? Let's see. Let's see if they have Java or like Spring Boot. Oh no, they do not have Java. They do not have Java. Well, what does that mean? Okay, let me look through the comments. Maybe there's like something else. Planning doc, send link, github.com/, yep, I'm on there. I think I'm going to have to download this VS Code. Or I think I'm going to have to do that. This does not seem like it's going to help me. Because if I do the blank, choose a template, and I go there, setting up your code space, is it setting it up for like Java? Oh, so it's basically just like like a code editor, but in the cloud. I see. Well, it's still loading, it looks like, no? Okay, welcome to Codespaces. You're on our default image. It includes runtime and tools for Python. See the full list here. Want to use a custom to explore? Oh no, it disappeared. Damn, I was really wanting to read that because I want to know if it actually is going to work. Okay, well, that was annoying. This looks very much like VS Code. I'm not even going to lie to you. It looks very similar. So I'm not sure. Okay, give me a second. Let me check on the comments. Okay, no comments. All right. So you know what we're going to do? Let's start with Codespaces. Let's see what Codespaces can give us. Let's do, so now that we have that, we know we're going to be using Java to build this API. So we're going to look for the Spring Boot Java library API. Okay, so we're going to go on this website. I'm going to do Control C, and this is where we're going to get our module for our API. So it says you start from scratch, download and unzip the following. So do you see what I mean? Where it's like, or clone it using, because you can't download on Codespaces, can you? File. Oh, open in VS Code desktop. That doesn't help me. I don't have VS Code desktop. Should I just go back to VS Code, y'all? Like, is this actually gonna help me? Because this just seems like, oh, maybe there's something with Git. Let's see, maybe there's something with, we can directly publish this, but that's not what, oh, right here. Okay, let's see, because they have a terminal. Okay, let's go back to the instructions. So it says, download this or clone it. There we go. Okay, we're gonna do Control C. So we're gonna try this because I kind of don't feel like downloading anything. I'm not gonna lie to you all. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't feel like it. Oh my God, it worked. It worked. Okay, so we're in. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna CD into GS multi-module dash initial, and then jump ahead to create the library project. So this is just for setting up. Oh, sorry, my ear feels a little bit weird. I wonder if you can still hear me even though I took it off. I don't know. Also, what percentage are they on? 61%. That's not bad. Okay, so I did it. So you're going to do the same thing by going to the article I mentioned. All I did was I went right here. So at the top right here where it says git clone, and I literally just copied and pasted that. And then I click on this where it says jump ahead. Oh, you can't see it, super zoomed out. Okay. Okay, hopefully you can see a little bit better. But I did this part right here. So git clone, and I jumped to this. That's what I did. That is exactly what I did. So there's a Jenkins file, which is pretty cool. So now let's check the comments. You can install extensions and sync with local VS Code environment and stuff. I know that part, which is why I was gonna download it, but people were telling me to go VS Code. I think I might not need to, y'all. I think I might not. It looks like I can actually just use it in the website. You can use Replit. I forgot about Replit. Okay, if this doesn't work, I might use Replit. Recently, I think they did something with PostgreSQL. I'm trying to use MySQL though. Don't ask me why. I don't know why yet, but I'm trying to use MySQL. You can open up a repo in browser by pressing the period button on keyboard. Let's try that. Wait, I'm kind of scared. Pressing the period button. That didn't do anything. But maybe that's a good thing, actually. Maybe that is a good thing. Because I don't want to break it. Okay, so we got through that step. So now we're going to move on. Oh, what time is it, by the way? Okay, we're doing good on time. We're doing very good on time, actually. So now we jump to the part where it says create the library project. So it says one of the two projects that was a library that the other project will use, create the directory structure. So we're just going to copy this. You see where it says make directory? Because again, this doesn't matter as much because this is literally like starter boilerplate code. We don't really care about this, right? We just want to be done. That's what we want to do. So let's see, are we doing it in the right? Oh, in the library directory. So let's go into the library directory. So let's go back to our code editor and let's do, so cd GS multi module. And then let's see what's inside of here. They said the library module. The library module. In the library directory. Oh, I see. I see. So we kind of did skip a part, but it told us to skip it though. It said cd into gs-multi-module-initial. Oh, dash initial. Okay, so cd initial. And then let's see what's inside of here. Okay, cool. Oh, there is a library. Wow, I need to pay more attention. Okay, so now we need to do cd library as well. Okay, so now we can copy what we copied. Cool. So now we've made a new directory that is just called service, a new directory that's just called service. So the next part in the instructions is that it says we need to configure a build tool, Maven or Gradle. In both cases, the plugin is not used in the library. It's just to create like a jar file. And so that's the jar file that's going to be used to run the executable. So what we're going to do is, I wonder if they tell us which one they want us to use. You want to take advantage of Spring Boot, so that is configured by using from Spring. An alternative would be to import dependency management. The basic dependency providers you can get from the Spring initializer that is created when you choose Maven. So we're going to add this right here. I wonder if there's a copy. I don't think there is. Okay. So we're going to do Command C. And then we're going to add this to our pom.xml. And I'm pretty sure there's a pom.xml file in this right here. So initial pom.xml. I'm a little bit concerned about if that is the right place to put it in. But let me see if there are any questions. When you're on a repo, you can do that, but here you're already in CodeSpace, so yeah. Oh, like you mean, oh, I see. If I was like on github.com/repo, I see. Fazia, do you own a, no, I don't. I don't want to talk about it. It's inside initial, thanks Crit. Can I simply use IntelliJ for this? Oh, absolutely. You can use IntelliJ for this if you want to. I'm just using CodeSpace because I didn't want to download anything. I don't know what time you joined ANAC, but if you can scroll a little bit up, you should be able to see the link to the Spring Boot instructions that we're following to set up our project. How did I get here to this page? This link right here. Thank you, Crit. Okay, so my goal is that before this session ends, I want to have set up this so that I can be ready to write code when we join next on Thursday. So I'm going to go back to my instructions and I'm going to figure out where to put this pom.xml file so that it works correctly. So let's read this. This is Maven. Oh, this is not Maven. This is something else. This is library. How many pom.xml files? Oh, this is Gradle. Oh, this is something else though. We're looking for a pom.xml file. It looks like there's only one. Yeah, it looks like there's only one. I think. Oh. Okay, I'm going to close this complete one because it's confusing me. I'm going to just go back to the initial and just go to our pom.xml. And I think I'm going to, you can get a Maven build file directly. Oh, I wasn't reading. I was definitely not reading. I need lookup parent module version. Is this exactly what we have? Oh, right here. I think this is it. I think. Spring Boot Maven plugin. That's the artifact ID. Spring Boot Maven plugin. Yeah, we definitely don't have that. Right? Spring Boot Maven plugin. Yeah, we don't have that. So let's add that in here. So I'm just going to do Control V. There's one in the library module, like a POM. Let me see. Right here? Yeah, but this isn't Spring Boot Maven plugin though. No, I don't think that is. Yeah, that's not it. Okay. All right. That's the same XML file. I'm confused, Kit. There's this one. Oh, no, this is what I just added. I just added this myself. And then this is the one that they have, which does not have Spring Boot Maven plugin. That's not a plugin at all. That's here. It's also, there are only two pom.xml files, I think. So I think you might be the website XML and library pom.xml the same. Are you sure? Let's see. They can't be though, because look, like literally look at this right here. It's not in there. Am I blind? Let me see, Control C. Can you search in? Oh, yes, you can. Okay, let's do a search for just like, what was it called? Okay, let's do, I think it's called Spring. Yeah, Spring Boot Starter Parent, demo, Java 17, Spring Boot Starter test. Yeah, no, this is not there. No, this is not there. Or is it this one? Yeah, this is not it either. Okay, well, I added it. So I added this Spring Boot Maven plugin. I added it to it. So now it's there. Now if we go back to our instructions, you get a Gradle build file, shows that it's great when you choose Gradle. So we're going to stick with Maven. Maven's fine. And then if you generated the library project, we did not do that. So we can skip that. And then this is the final pom.xml for the library project. So we have Spring Boot, we have group ID, we have snapshot, we have the properties, and we have the dependency. I wonder why they didn't keep this part. Do you see how like they removed their Spring Boot starter? Do you remember how this was right here? Like, do you see this right here? Maven plugin. Why is it not in here? I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, so this is all just again setting up stuff. So now we can go ahead and try to adapt this to our thing. Also, let me know if you can't see, like if this is like super, what is the word called? What is that word? If it is like difficult to see or something. Oh, no, that's not what you need. Aha, maybe that's better. I'm not sure, but let me know if it matters. Top 3 holiday gifts: a mouse, a Bahaj, a cringe painting which says remember to read. Oh my god, that's funny. That's funny. Okay, so let's go into my service. I want to rename some of these things. I'm not going to lie to you. Let me close this complete one. Let's just do initial. Like I really want to rename it so badly, but it's whatever. So main Java multi-module. So multi-module service, and then multi-module library application, which makes sense is what runs it. So let's go to service and let us create, or what does it say? It says the following listing. It's actually not there. There's no myservice.java. So we're going to create one. We're going to go ahead and create a myservice.java. So we're going to do multi-module service. We're going to do new file. And we're going to call it, or let's do, I'm not sure. Let's start with my service. So my service.java. So we have that. Or maybe it was this one. .run. No, that's something else. Okay, the library will provide a My Service class that can be used by applications. The following listing shows the My Service. To make it configurable, you can also add a configuration property service. You need not do it this way. A library might merely, in that case, would need to provide the configuration itself. Yep, I figured. So what we're going to do is we're not going to do this at all. We're just going to do like a thing that's called, we're not going to have a My Service. I'm going to rename this right here. Wow, you can actually, this is so cool though. So we're going to call this referral service, or no, referee. No, referrer service.java. That's what we're going to do. So it's going to be a referrer service, and then we can do like a new file that's called referee. Oh, actually, we don't really need that, do we? Oh, no, we do. Referee service.java. Okay. So with that being said, now we can go ahead and actually do what we want to do. So we have this right here. We have this. We know that when we come back, we're going to go ahead and write code. So let me go ahead and actually, can I zoom in a little bit? Of course. Let's see. Is that helpful? I don't know if it's as zoomed in on your screen or if it just looks zoomed in on mine. I'm not sure. But what we're going to do is we're going to commit this. So we're going to do We're going to do git add. Oh, git add. Oh, and then we're going to do git commit -a-m, and we're going to do set up our files for our project. Oh, oops, my bad. Git commit. Okay, and then git push. Permission unable to access the return. What is, oh, because it's a different, oops. Oopsie daisy. So let's do git checkout main, and we're going to create our own branch. We're going to call it Fuzia version. Can you do that? Git branch Fuzia version. So git checkout Fuzia version. Okay, so we're going to set the upstream. Oh, I have something to say. Do you think that if I try to just like, let's publish branch maybe. You don't have permissions. Okay, let's create a fork. There we go. Yes, install. Okay, cool. No. Wow, this is really cool. This is really cool. Okay, so now that we have that, we should be able to go back here and we should have it installed. Like everything should be pushed, I think. So we're going to close this. I'm going to leave these two open. And what I really want to do is I want to see what the what's going on Git. It said it created a PR. So let's go to github.com. But I don't see any PRs. I don't. Okay. I'm a little bit scared that if I like, okay, wait, where was that person that was like an expert in code spaces? If I like close this tab, am I going to lose everything? Because I can't figure out Git right now. Like it's not. Who is this? Oh. Oh. What? I have no clue who that is. I can't figure it out. Open on GitHub, maybe. Oh, but not this. Maybe let me go to myself, like my profile, and then my repositories. Maybe I would see the fork there or something. Aha, there it is. Maybe. Is this it? This branch is up to date. Okay, compare and pull request. But not with theirs though, with my own. Like not, like with, there we go. Oh. Oh my God, no. Oh, I'm so confused. But not Maine. Like, I'm looking for, or maybe there isn't anything to compare. Well, that can't work either. I'm confused, y'all. Oh, there we go. So if we do Maine, oh no, but not Maine. What is going on? I'm so confused. Okay. I'm not sure. I don't think I understand Git on code spaces. Like, I could have sworn I told it to create it for me. Create new branch from. That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you for something else. Okay, y'all. I might leave it like this. And just close this, and let us pray. Which is, I can't believe I'm a software engineer and I'm saying that, but I really honestly don't really understand code spaces. Like, it's confusing me a little bit. I don't know. I think I need to like eat or something. What do you mean you can't save a terminal? So what do I do? Okay, so I have to figure this out in like the next 2 minutes. What's going on? Let's see. Let us see. Why do you know so much about what is it called? Code spaces. Do you like use it often for work or like for school or something? You can save changes of your repo. That's what I'm trying to do, dude. I'm trying to do that, but I'm so confused. It's like, open on GitHub, maybe? Let's see. Oh. I don't even know what that means. Let's go back. Forked from, okay, let's go here. Okay, let's look at two branches. Okay, let's look at this. What does this have? Let me look at the commits. That's not what I asked you. I asked you what, let's go to like, so this branch is 85 commits ahead. 85 commits ahead? 30 commits behind GitHub main. Let's see, main. What does that even mean? Why does it look like this? Oh, so confused. 85 commits. Okay, let me look at this commit. Let me see. Oh, I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, we're good. We're so good. Okay, we're very good. No need to panic. I'm just curious about GitHub stuff. I use VS Code like everyone in the Stone Age. That's funny. Try to restart. I think we're good. Because you see, I don't know if you can see this commit right here. This is what we just did today. So, whoa. Oh, let me make this back to normal. All right, y'all. So let me go and get the check-in link for you again, so you can have it. Let me get you the check-in link or check-in link. Copy link, and I'm gonna put it right here in the chat. And then you're going to be able to use it if you didn't check in. So check in if you haven't. So thank you everybody for joining. Let me remove my screen. I'm going to stop sharing. Thank you so much for joining. This is really cool. This is fun. Come back again for part 2. Do I get a swag drop for helping with CodeSpace? Oh, I didn't know about that one. If you check in, though, you can get a swag. You can absolutely get swag. That is definitely a thing. But I don't. I'm not. No. I mean, maybe like, if GitHub is watching this or something. Hey, GitHub, you have like a super fan here who like really likes CodeSpaces. And he got me convinced. So, whoa. Great stream. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate it. On part 2. I will see you there. It's on Thursday at 8 p.m. PT. So that should be fun. Yeah. All right. If nobody has any questions or anything, oh yeah, of course not, because it's like 4 a.m. GMT. That's absolutely fine. That's okay. That is 100% fine. Yeah, see you on the next one. This was a lot of fun. Thank you. Thank you. See you at the next Global Hack Week because it's every month. I will see you in March. Yeah, March. Yes, me too. All right, y'all. Adios, amigos. Au revoir, mes amis. How do you say goodbye in another language? Au revoir, mes amis. Adios, amigos. Goodbye, friends. It's 4 a.m. GMT +1. I know, which is crazy. Adios. Bye. Oh, ciao. But how do you say friends in Italian? You say like ciao, like ciao, like adios amigos, like au revoir mes amis. Ciao what? Like what's the ma salama? Okay, there we go. But how do you say the friend part though? Like like does anybody know that part? Ciao amici. There we go. Okay. Adios amigos. Au revoir mes amis. Ciao amici. Masalam. Bye.